Hey guys, it's Stefan, and today I'm going to be reading the 13th chapter of Eddie and the Lizard Man. In the last chapter, Eddie told the giant man that he suspected his boss was, in fact, a lizard man. The giant man just laughed it off. Is anyone going to take Eddie seriously? Well, let's keep reading to find out. Chapter 13, The Calm After the Storm. Eddie's head was spinning as he found himself in the calm after the storm. Now, you may be saying to yourself, I think that's the wrong phrase. Shouldn't it be the calm before the storm? And I assure you, I did in fact mean to say the calm after the storm. And here's why. As you may know, the calm before the storm refers to those tense moments just before something bad happens, whereas the lesser known and even lesser used phrase, the calm after the storm, refers to those tense moments just after something bad has happened. And that was exactly the kind of calm Eddie experienced once the earthquake had subsided. Another important thing to note is that oftentimes when people find themselves in the calm before the storm, they try to predict what damage the storm will do. And as you have probably already guessed, when people find themselves in the calm after the storm, they try to determine what damage the storm has done. So of course, when Eddie found himself in the calm after the storm, he immediately began to assess the situation. Once he had pulled his thoughts together, he addressed the giant man. "The earthquake! It stopped! They left, and we're still here." He let out a long sigh. "Kevin must have called off the abduction, or maybe it was never going to be an abduction at all. Maybe he got beamed up. It was an escape plan. He knew I was onto him." Eddie turned to go back and see if Kevin was still in the room, but the giant man stopped him. Eddie turned to look up at the man. "Kid, Waterboy didn't get beamed up. No one was ever in danger of being abducted, and the shaking wasn't a mothership. It was just the evening train. It comes through this time every night." As the giant man finished up his explanation of events, down on the other end of the room, Eddie heard the door creak open. He turned to see Kevin standing silhouetted in the doorway. "Hello? What's going on? Eddie, what are you doing here?" With a confused and slightly disappointed expression on his face, Eddie looked back at the giant man. "But what about the weird noises?" Moments later, standing in the wing of the stage, Eddie watched from behind the curtains as Kevin performed a whirring rendition of Mary Had a Little Lamb on glasses filled with water. Things being what they were, you would think that Eddie would have been pleasantly surprised and even relieved that his boss wasn't helping reptilians plan an abduction of the patrons of Wet Willie's. But although Eddie was surprised, it wasn't the pleasant kind, and as much as he should have been relieved, he wasn't. No, at that moment, the only thing he could think about was the fact that all of his bravery was for naught, and that he was out of easy cheese. Kevin ended his set, the audience applauded, and Eddie went home not looking forward to going into work the following day. All right, so being proven wrong can be a very discouraging thing. And in this chapter, it does look like Eddie has been proven wrong, at least in regard to the strange whirring noises not being an alien communication device to the mothership. But that doesn't mean that he's wrong about Kevin, his boss, being a lizard man. But what do you think? Do you think that Eddie should throw in the towel on that theory, or do you think he should continue investigating? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, you can get your own copy of Eddie and the Lizard Man by clicking the links in the description box below. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe, and join me next time as we read the final chapter of Eddie and the Lizard Man, Chapter 14, The Morals. Stay curious.